Welcome to this standalone explainer on rejection sampling, probably the most underrated method in the whole field. The idea is almost embarrassingly simple. Sample a lot of answers and keep the best. There are no gradients flowing through the reward here, none of PPO's machinery, and yet this is what Meta used for most of LLMs2's alignment. By the end, you will see why keeping the best is secretly reinforcement learning and exactly where the trick runs out of steam. Here is the plan. The best of n loop, end to end, a derivation of why it counts as reinforcement learning, two worked examples, one for training and one for inference, and finally, how quality scales as you sample more and where those gains flatten out. The intuition is almost too simple to be a research method. Instead of asking the model for one answer, you ask for several. You score them all with a reward model. You keep the single best one and learn from it. Then you do the whole thing again from the improved model. Draft, score, keep, learn, repeat. That is the entire algorithm. Meta's LLMs2 in 2023 leaned on this for the bulk of its alignment and only brought in PPO right at the end. You will also hear it called best of n, or iterative supervised fine-tuning. The key detail is that the reward model only ever scores answers. It never backpropagates a gradient. Each round's winners simply become the next round's supervised training set. Is this really reinforcement learning? Let us reason it through. A policy gradient nudges the model toward higher reward answers, weighting each one softly by its reward. Keeping only the single best answer is just the extreme hard version of that same move. A top one policy gradient step with no soft weighting. So training on the best sample genuinely is a policy improvement step. Same idea, blunter instrument. Let us make it concrete for training. Take one prompt and sample 4 answers. The reward model scores them 0.3, 0.9, 0.5, and 0.7. Answer 2 at 0.9 is the best, so we keep that prompt answer pair and add it to a training set. Do this across thousands of prompts, then fine-tune the model on all the winners. Because you are only ever imitating high-scoring answers, the model steadily gets better, and the whole thing is as stable as ordinary supervised fine-tuning. Now the second worked example, and it is a lovely one. The same trick at inference time, with no training at all. With n equals 1, you just take the first answer. With 4 or 16, you sample that many and serve the top scoring one. Quality climbs with n, but so does the compute bill, which grows n times. This is a genuinely useful knob. Without touching the model's weights, you can spend more compute at answer time to buy more accuracy. Hold that idea. It is the seed of the test time compute story 2 videos from now. Here is the training loop as a picture. Think of it as a ratchet. Each pass samples a batch, keeps only the best answers, fine-tunes on them, and then the next pass samples from the improved model, so the quality can only climb. Simple and remarkably hard to destabilize. Now the honest limits. The big one, rejection sampling can only reinforce answers the model already stumbles onto. It will not invent a skill the model never produces. A weak reward model makes it worse, picking confident but wrong winners. And always keeping one narrow style collapses diversity. In practice, you keep the top few, not just the top one, and refresh the score as you go. And here's how quality scales with n. It rises fast at first, going from one sample to a handful buys a big jump, then it flattens hard. Doubling from 32 to 64 barely moves the needle. That is diminishing returns, and it is why best of n is a great cheap boost, but not a path to unlimited quality. One connection ties this video to the rest of the series. The very same idea, sample many, keep the best, works in 2 different modes. At training time, keeping the winners turns them into new data, and the model itself gets better. At inference time, best of n spends compute to serve a better answer right now, with no training at all. That second mode is your first glimpse of test time compute, the very idea that powers the reasoning models coming up in a couple of videos. So, in one line, rejection sampling is sample n, keep the best, fine-tune, repeat, the simplest reliable form of reinforcement learning. So far, reward has always meant what humans like. That is about to change. In the next standalone video, we start rewarding correctness itself by grading the reasoning steps. Thanks for watching.